What is his worth? You know me. It's all about dollars and cents. So I know we're going to get into a conversation about draft picks. But first of all, $30+ million. That's my floor. I will not go any lower than that. Jimmy G got $28 million per with only 7 games on his resume. Is Jimmy G thought of in a higher regard now than he was at that time? I would say yes. And some will push back, but you got to remember this. The dude took him to a Super Bowl and was on the doorstep of taking him to another Super Bowl in 3 years. That's who Jimmy G is. So he is just a winner. Stamp him as a winner. Now let's get into these draft picks. For me, it's simple. At least a first rounder. Second rounder, third rounder is the conversation right now. No. Let's end this sweepstakes. Give him a first rounder. Why? Because there's 2 things that are at play. One, the value of a first rounder. Let's look at some of these first round picks. Let's look at the guys you say, oh, they're worth a first rounder. Carson Wentz. Interesting. You know that he has the lowest rated of the first round quarterbacks the last 2 seasons passer rating of guys that you think of as great quarterbacks. You know who's right next to him, under him? Daniel Jones. You know who's right next to him, right under him? Marcus Mariota. Those guys are thought of at a lower tier. Carson Wentz was out there fighting as a franchise quarterback, got paid as a franchise quarterback, but he's not a winner, not like a Jimmy G. Second of all, looking at the draft, what are the quarterbacks in this draft being rated? Pretty low, they say. This is not a great draft for the quarterback position. So what first rounder will you acquire that's going to have greater value? One, you know that they could play in the league, and 2, that they can win in the league than Jimmy G. So for me, start with a first rounder, rip up the contract, give him $30+ million, and now you got Jimmy G in his services.
Yeah, I co-sign with you totally. Jimmy G must get a first-round pick.
Yes.
Or you must get a first-round pick for Jimmy G, rather. It's simple, y'all. Look at the second-round quarterbacks drafted over the last 7 years. You got Kyle Trask this year. You got Jalen Hurts the year before. Y'all got Drew Lock the year before. You got Deshaun Kaiser a couple years prior. You got Christian Hackenberg. Clearly, y'all do not know of much of these names because they did not accomplish much thus far on the football field, some being backups, Jalen Hurts taking over as a starter. But then you got to go back to 2014, the year Jimmy G was drafted, to see a quarterback in Derek Carr who is actually maybe better than Jimmy G for a second-round pick.
There you go.
What this tells you is you can't really get a quarterback you want with the second-round pick. So if you need a quarterback, if you want a quarterback and you got a second-round pick, Jimmy G is going to be better than any quarterback you can get, and that's what history over the last 7 and 8 years in the NFL shows you. So with that being said, Jimmy G is worth a first-round pick.
There you go.
So often, not just in the NFL, but in life, we always choose to go with the unknown over what is certain.
Yeah.
And what's the saying? Better is the devil that you know than the angel that you don't. You know Jimmy G's demons. You know the devil of Jimmy G. Injury-prone. Might not always be there, physically limited, but he's a winner.
Yeah.
So better is the Jimmy G that you know than the draft pick that you don't.
I love that. Because you just start to give them comps. You start to realize that Carson Wentz was given up for a first-round pick. Now they're talking about Carson Wentz is not their future in Indianapolis. Interesting. Whatever you want to say about that. Like you said, their comps, second round, too low. Look at the comps you just listed. But even in the first-rounders, you can look at first-round quarterbacks. Tell me if Jimmy G, in terms of impact, in terms of results, worth more. We always talk about Carson Wentz, Daniel Jones. Marcus Mariota, Cam Newton. Justin Fields, nah, too much potential. I like that angel. You talking about the devil. Nah, give me that angel on that one. Dwayne Haskins, Sam Darnold, Trevor Lawrence, angel. Zach Wilson, human. Devil and angel. I don't know about you yet. Jordan Love, nah, you ain't an angel. I'm going to leave this list here. It starts going to Josh Rosen and guys that we forgot about. It starts going to guys that you're like, oh, they're still in the league. They were first-rounders, y'all. Jimmy G deserves a first-rounder. He needs to be somewhere to win.
Jimmy G's proven. And regardless of how you feel about Jimmy G, here's what we know, and my conclusion is Jimmy G is actually a proven commodity. And like you said, there is no draft pick coming out that you really want. Jimmy G can take you to the playoffs. Can he win you a Super Bowl? I don't know, but the only way you can win a Super Bowl is if you get to a Super Bowl. The only way you can get to a Super Bowl if you get to the playoffs.
Say it, big dog. Now let's get out of here and do our earthquake drill. You hear all that sound in the background? It's going crazy.